Anna was training to be a veterinarian when the war broke out. The Germans were only 20 miles from Paris when she received a letter from her father. He was in good health, but implored her not to return home to Belgium until the war's end. Patience, however, was not one of Anna's strong suits.
The Germans at the gate. In September 1914, the German advance took them within 20 miles of Paris. The government had already fled to Bordeaux and was expecting Paris to fall. In the north, most of Belgium was occupied, but under the king's command, 75,000 soldiers kept Ypres and Isla out of German hands. Taxi to Marne. September 6th and 7th, 1914, General Gallieni requisitioned 630 Parisian taxis to transport troops rapidly to the Marne. While relatively few soldiers were actually transported, 4,000 in all, 3% of the total number of men deployed in the battle, the impact on the public was huge. The event became a symbol of solidarity for the nation, and the Marne counterattack saved Paris from German occupation. Inkwell. Ballpoint pens were not developed until the 1950s-1960s, so soldiers used a quill or nib to write letters. Ink was poured into an inkwell, into which, in order to provide enough ink, the quill or nib had to be dipped regularly. Letter from a Belgian civilian in Paris. Dear parents, we fled our land before the German advance to take shelter in France with the children. Unfortunately, the Germans kept coming forward and Paris is practically under siege. If Paris falls, we shall return home to Liège. Your dear daughter, Mathilde. Broken watch strap. A watch strap broken by a motor crank handle. Before battery ignition was developed, motor cars were started by cranking a handle. As the engine sparked into life, the operator had to let go of the handle smartly, because the crank handle, now propelled by the engine, could cause a nasty accident. Newspapers. The main source of information was the newspaper. Radios were in their early days based on tube technology and television did not exist. On top of local and national news, a news section appeared in the newspapers dedicated to the events on the front. Some newspapers also published daily listings of POWs and war dead.